All right, race fans, who's ready for some super late model racing? Let's introduce the starting lineup. Rolling off from the pole, it'll be the number 18 out of Greeneville, Tennessee, Donnie Nelson Race Engines, Myers Machine Shop, Travis Trent Fabrication, Ott Speed Shop, KSG Motorsports, Pain Cages, Big Cab Drivers, Torque Graphics, King of Bling, Josh Myers. Rolling off in the second spot from Springfield, Louisiana, Team Gator Racing, C&M Gator Farms, Gator Track Boats, Extreme Graphics, Lucas Oil. Number 1, Chris, the Intimidator Wall. Rolling off third in the number 17 car out of Gray, Tennessee, the KSG Motorsports Torque Graphics of Marty Hillman. Rolling off in the fourth spot out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, the Bulldog Bodies, Totally Rotten Graphics, C&M Gator Farms, number 12, Bulldog Robertson. Rolling off in the fifth spot, the number 66, out of Kingsport, Tennessee, the Jennings Motorsports Race Engines, Pizza Plus, DCR Racing, Scott Morgan Flooring, number 66, Tractor Morgan. In the sixth spot, out of Newport, Tennessee, driving the Donnie Nelson Race Engines, Ott Speed Shop, 1047 WLNQ, Torque Graphics, RC for Less, Paints Cages, Mark Digger's Moonshine, Travis Trent Fabrication, Bulldog Noses, the number 2 of Mike Ottinger. Rolling off in the seventh spot, out of Soso, Mississippi, the O'Neill Brothers Race Engines, Bodies by Hill, High Tech, number 8, the real deal, Brad Hill. And rolling off shotgun on the field from Mossad, Tennessee, in the number 7, Donnie Nelson Race Engines, Paint Cages, Fifth Scale Dirt Oval Racing Network, Bodies by Hill, number 7, Chris Payne. How about a round of applause for your 8 super late model drivers, fans? Josh Myers, the point. Green flag in the air. Chris Wall inside of Myers. He's going to take control of the field. Myers now in second. Here comes Marty Hillman. Hillman, he's in the third spot. Tractor Morgan and Bulldog battling off of turn number 4. Side by side in the back of the field. Mike Ottinger back in that 8th spot, but 100. Hillman's going to go around out of turn 2. Contact. Bulldog sends Brad Hill around. Green flag. Caution. Green flag in the air. Chris Wall showing the way. Tractor Morgan second. Side by side. Here comes Mike Ottinger. He's under Chris Payne. That's the battle for 4th. Battle for 4th, 5th, and 6th is a hornet's nest here as Chris Wall showing the way. Tractor Morgan trying to run down the Intimidator. Brad Hill's made his way back up to 3rd. That battle for 4th is heated. We've got Ottinger, Hillman. Now Hillman loose and Chris Payne. Hillman up against the outside retaining wall as Chris Wall starts to get in lap traffic. Tractor Morgan creeping up on the leader. We'll see if lap traffic's going to be a factor as now our leader is into that lap traffic. Bulldog a little loose out of turn 4. 16 laps in the books. We got 84 and Bulldog up against the outside wall. And the caution is out. Caution is out. Green flag. Brad Hill underneath Tractor Morgan. Tractor Morgan's going to go back to the bottom. Now they make contact. Pushes up. Here comes Chris Payne. Payne's into the 2nd spot. Brad Hill to 3rd, but Tractor Morgan's trying to force the issue. Now Tractor's all over the back bumper of that 8 machine as Chris Payne. Slack job. Morgan underneath Hill. Now they repay the favor back in 1 and 2. In the meantime, Chris Wall showing the way. Chris Payne in 2nd. Mike Ottinger falling back into that 6th spot. That battle for 2nd now heating up. Chris Payne, Brad Hill, and Tractor Morgan all under a blanket in turn 1 and 2. Chris Payne, Brad Hill, Tractor Morgan, second, third, and fourth battling in 3 and 4 as Chris Wall has set sail. Little contact there with the 66 and the 8. Now, once again, into the back bumper. Tractor Morgan trying to get around Brad Hill. Not able to do it so far. Tractor Morgan was in that now. A little bit of struggle, a little bit of a swap by Hill. It's going to slow up Morgan. And Chris Payne getting into that second spot. He's staying there. Chris Wall creeping around this Greystone-Speedway. Second place, Chris Payne. Brad Hill in that third spot. Tractor Morgan just outside of the podium. Chris Payne now about to get some pressure. Here comes Brad Hill. Brad Hill's on the bumper of that number 7 machine. Brad Hill on the back bumper of the Payne's Cages. Fitzgerald over Wrestling Network. Number 7 of Chris Payne. Now it's a 3-car race for that runner-up spot. Tractor Morgan wants a bit of the action. Contact. Brad Hill gets loose side by side betraying Tractor and Payne. Tractor up to second. Chris Payne third. Brad Hill's not done yet. He's coming back onto the rear bumper. 38 in the laps. 61 to go. Contact. Upside down goes Brad Hill. Ottinger upside down as well. Chris Wall showing the way now with 59 laps to go. 59 to go. He works in lap traffic. Tractor Morgan second. Chris Payne. Tractor Morgan trying to reel in our leader. The leader's in all kinds of lap traffic right now. Tractor Morgan in that second spot trying to run down Chris Wall. Mike Ottinger gives a little room to Chris Wall. Now he's got 1 car between him and Tractor Morgan. 45 in the books, 55 to go. Tractor now, he's within about 7 to 8 car lengths now. It's in the same turn. Tractor Morgan closing in on her. In second. Morgan. Tractor. Home. Half. Wall. Tractor. Number 1 machine. Tractor Morgan all over the rear. Tractor Morgan goes to the point. Tractor Morgan out front. Chris Wall second. Third place, Chris Payne. He's well back. First and second. All over each other as we are inside of 46. Tractor Morgan banging door wells with Chris Wall. The advantage. Marty Hillman pulls up out of the way. He'll let Tractor Morgan slide under. Now it'll be Tractor Morgan on the back door of Josh Myers. Sorting through traffic. Chris Payne in that third spot. In the middle of 2 Tennessee drivers is Chris Wall. Tractor Morgan working a very unique line. He's hugging the white line all the way around the racetrack in the turn. Sliding up about a half a groove. No contact. Marty Hillman up into turn 1 and just gets back on his wheels as now the battle for the lead's really going to heat up. Chris Wall and Tractor Morgan now put 37. Wall goes underneath. Chris Wall to the bottom. Contact between Tractor Wall. They're going to slam again. Tractor Morgan gave the bumper to the inside. He'll spin Chris Wall. Second place, Chris Payne. And now Brad Hill. Brad Hill has creeped up into the third spot. Tractor Morgan moving his way through lap traffic. Showing the way now with 33 laps to go here in our Super Late Model race. Tractor Morgan out front. Second place, Chris Payne. Brad Hill there. Chris Wall in the fourth spot. He is going to the back bumper of Brad Hill if he can get there, but he's a good distance away right now from that third and final podium spot. Battle now for second. Chris Payne, Brad Hill. They're battling in 3 and 4. Second place is on the line while Tractor Morgan leading the way with 27 laps to go. Brad Hill goes around. Green flag back in the air. Myers banging doors. Here comes Brad Hill. 16 laps to go. 16 laps to go here at our A-Main. Tractor Morgan made a move that got him the lead about 10 laps ago, and he's held on to it. Right now, Chris Payne second, Josh Myers in third, Mike Ottinger, and Brad Hill creeping towards the podium, though. Those three drivers are almost nose to tail. 10 laps to go. 10 laps to go for the 66 car. Tractor Morgan showing the way, working two turns 3 and 4. Second place, Chris Payne. Now third place is going to be Brad Hill. Brad Hill's creeped into that third spot. Side by side, Mike Ottinger and Myers for the fourth spot. But now 6 laps to go. 6 laps to go for Tractor Morgan. Tractor Morgan now plenty of clean air in front of him. He's got Chris Payne second. He's got Brad Hill in third. Now make it 3 laps to go. 3 laps to go. Tractor at a turn 4. Popsicle sticks in the air. 1 more lap to go for Tractor Morgan. White flag flying right now. And out of turns 3 and 4, out of Kingsport, Tennessee, it's going to be Tractor Morgan picking up the win in the Freedom 100. Chris Payne second. Brad Hill third. How about it for Tractor Morgan making a big aggressive move, 3 and 4, and he's going to get his first major win here at Greystone-Speedway. The Kingsport, Tennessee driver had a really awesome car tonight. He's going to get the win.